Please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing as the Cape Henry Collegiate Mixed Choral Ensemble, under the direction of Mr. Sammy L. Logan Jr., sings the Cape Henry Collegiate Alma Mater. Please be seated. First, I would like to start by thanking Nick for leading us in the pledge this morning, and also for your service and your leadership as our SCA president. Nick will be attending James Madison University in the fall, along with 6 other members of his class, where I know he and the others will do very well. Also, once again, let's thank those wonderful singers and Sammy Logan for that performance of our alma mater. Now let me wish all of you a good afternoon, or should I say an outstanding afternoon. And as we get started today, please join me in putting our hands together for the Cape Henry Collegiate class of 2016. Seniors, it is your day. In a short while, you will walk across the stage
receive your diplomas, and then begin a new adventure. While we often view graduations and commencements as an end, they truly represent a beginning, an opportunity to pause and to reflect on what you've learned, built, created, accomplished, struggled with, and overcome, in order to set out again, to start over with the benefit now of this new history, and to take on new challenges, seek out new opportunities, and to tackle future obstacles. In your case, you will be moving on to 55 different college campuses in 21 different states and the District of Columbia. Today, after we've heard from some of your peers, Abigail, Alexandra, Connor, and Chris, and from some of our outstanding musicians, in one of my final acts as your new, and soon to be old, head of school, it will be my job to ask Mr. Michael Genestoli, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and more importantly, Cape Henry alum, to award diplomas to you in recognition of your achievements. Yet before we do that, let's take that pause in order to celebrate you and celebrate this place. Let me begin by asking all of our assembled guests to please join me in recognizing a group of people who have given so much of themselves to these young men and women, the faculty and the staff of Cape Henry Collegiate. Mr. Genestoli and our Board of Trustees, 8 of whom also happen to be proud parents of graduating seniors today, let me present the class of 2016 to you. Let me make clear just how impressive a group of young people sit before us. Whether on the Eastern Shore a week ago or in New Orleans this past winter, these students do not simply discuss homelessness, they grab hammers and nails and build homes with Habitat for Humanity. Also, just last week, in the final days before this ceremony, some of these young adults up here showed how much they care about others and how much they are willing to give back by working on a joint Duke University Cape Henry Collegiate team, providing health care in rural clinics in Guatemala. We have students sitting on this stage who feed people at Oasis Social Ministry, work on church missions in Nicaragua, and who tend animals back to health at the Virginia Beach SPCA. We have students who see giving back as a part of their future, talking about working in the developing world as future members of Doctors and Engineers Without Borders. This class recognizes the importance and the obligation that they have for others. They understand that their families have sacrificed so that they could be here today, and they're willing to sacrifice for others as well. At the same time, we have students who excel in their academic pursuits. Brown, Clemson, Emory, Vanderbilt, Notre Dame, UPenn, UC Berkeley, Cal Poly, Carnegie Mellon, Georgia Tech, and William and Mary are just a sampling of the colleges that will receive these students in the fall. As I mentioned, 7 will attend James Madison University. 7 others will attend the University of Virginia. And in our largest single grouping, 9 members of the class of 2016 will make Virginia Tech their new home. Sitting before us, these seniors receive offers of admission from 125 different colleges around the country. 20 members of the class of 2016 have been recognized with membership in cum laude, and 68 seniors have earned membership in the National Honor Society. As our world becomes increasingly interdependent, I'm proud to note that 59 members of this class have participated in our International Nexus program. Collectively, they have traveled to 16 different countries, including Israel, Iceland, Namibia, Belize, Ecuador, Fiji, and Cambodia. Over their 4 years here, a quarter of the students you see sitting on this stage have worked with the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute in Panama. Just last week, 20 of these seniors literally swam with great white sharks off the coast of South Africa. Welcome back. Winning most well-traveled, one of our seniors has visited 6 different countries during her years in the upper school. I'm also proud to note that 16 of these young people here graduate today having met additional requirements and having achieved Global Scholars distinction with their diplomas. From within their ranks, we have students who have served as peer leaders. We have artists, musicians, and robotics experts. We have actors and actresses who this year showed their range, stretching from Romeo and Juliet to Shrek. We have incredible athletes who stand out individually as talented players. And at the same time, these athletes value their teammates and understand that they learn most by working with others. Whether captains or new players, on or off of the field or court, they lead by example. And most importantly, what I have found in my limited time with these students as their new head is a group of young adults who can laugh at themselves, who value and care about one another, and who have awesome dreams and plans. Seniors, as you look around, you have friends that you met this year, and you have others that you met in kindergarten. 33 of you are legends, meaning you've taken your entire educational journey with us at Cape Henry Collegiate, having been here from either pre-K, kindergarten, or first grade. As a parent of a graduating pre-K student this year, that's pretty amazing for me to consider. 7 of you are legacy graduates, meaning that you sit today where your parents sat before. Your parents also attended or graduated from Cape Henry. And in what we believe is a first for this young school, we have a student, Lane Linroth, who is a third-generation student. Her mother graduated from Cape Henry, and her grandmother attended the Everett School. That's truly impressive. We are writing an amazing history as a school community in Virginia Beach. And community is what I believe stands as the foundation of this place and of this class. Your final experiences have been my first experiences, and they're all rooted in the relationships built at Cape Henry. As we ended the year, I had the opportunity to sit down one-on-one with many of you and to ask for your thoughts about Cape Henry. One constant theme ran through your remarks: your relationships with adults and students on this campus. Bricks and mortar provide our walls, and we have a beautiful physical campus. But we know that the heart of a school rests in the back and forth between students and the adults who mentor them. I've heard stories of teachers meeting students well before the start of the school day and staying late to meet students after practice. I've heard about teachers who are cool, tough, fair, and fun. I've heard about students being challenged to become better writers and to abandon their math anxieties. I've heard about students being stretched musically, artistically, and athletically. These students have loved classrooms where conversations were encouraged and their voices were heard. Many of these students, you used the word when talking with me, second family, to describe your feelings about your teachers and friends and this place from which you graduate today. From my perspective, there is no greater compliment for a school than to be called family or home by its students. And so to this graduation, today, what I present to all of you is a class, a group of individuals who have come together as one and who have shared the same school community, the same school family, the same home. And this class is now ready to graduate, to transition into their new roles as alumni in this community, and to go forward, to live well and do good. As your new head of school, I cannot imagine having had a better inaugural class than the class of 2016. So graduates, thank you for making me feel so welcome, and for all that you've done to make Cape Henry a better place. Trustees, faculty and staff, parents, grandparents, alumni, and guests, I invite you to enjoy this celebration with us today as we prepare for these assembled seniors to commence tomorrow with the next leg of their journey. Thank you. And now it's my privilege to welcome to the podium Mrs. Alexandra Orsini and Mr. Connor Summers for the presentation of their co-salutatorian medals and for their remarks. Please join me in putting your hands together and celebrating in their amazing accomplishments and achievements as I present the co-salutatorian medals.
It is such an honor to be standing in front of you all today. Here's to you, Cape Henry. When I think of the hundreds of lessons I've learned as a student here, there's a more subtle yet valuable one that I grew to accept and embrace. We should always try to take advantage of the opportunities presented to us. When I first arrived at Cape Henry, I was a little intimidated as the opportunities afforded to me seemed endless. Everywhere I looked, students were quick to take advantage of almost all that Cape Henry has to offer. I wasn't fully aware of what my talents were, what I was passionate about, or who I truly wanted to be. Here, students can become involved in whatever their hearts desire, whether that's becoming an athlete on our amazing sports teams, performing in our renowned drama, music, and arts programs, or challenging themselves academically through the wide spectrum of classes provided. As I've grown up, I now understand that these opportunities were what enabled us to broaden and develop our interests and talents and start to define who we were. Cape Henry's plethora of offerings is what made our time here so unique and special, especially along such a supportive community. This school offered us so many outlets to pursue our interests and allowed us to develop into the students, athletes, artists, and individuals we aspire to be. I owe it to Cape Henry for granting me with those outlets that enabled what seemed like distant dreams to actually come true. It was teachers like Mr. and Mrs. Kervin and Mrs. Kisa who led me to grow both as a student and person, as their relentless challenges brought to class every day led me to find new ways of how to achieve success. Also, students here have had the ability to seek Cape Henry's amazing faculty for guidance, as the faculty never shied away to help students no matter what was needed. Thank you, Ms. White, for never giving up on me as my college counselor, even though I constantly asked 1,000 questions in order to endure the process. I would also like to share my gratitude to those who contribute to my success the most, my family. Mom and Dad, thank you so much for loving and supporting me unconditionally throughout all these years, because without you two by my side, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I am extremely blessed to have you as my parents. And thanks to my brother Grayson for always challenging me to achieve something greater. I've looked up to you my entire life, and I owe to you my love for learning, for your continued pursuit of knowledge only causes me to try and catch up to your level of intelligence. As I reminisce on my time here at Cape Henry, it makes sense that our core value is opportunity, since I realize that one best learns from his or her experiences. Cape Henry promotes just that. For example, I just returned from a 2-week adventure through South Africa, and without Cape Henry's incredible Nexus Global Studies program, I would not have been able to embark on a trip of a lifetime. I'm so thankful that Cape Henry encourages such involvement through this core value of opportunity, because I know all of us up here have made great memories with many close friends across all the different aspects of our community. But now, as graduates, we have new opportunities. No longer do we partake in the Cape Henry routine that some of us have dealt with for 12 years. We have the opportunity to take on a new journey and pursue our passions, follow our dreams, and achieve what we think could quite possibly never be achieved. We can create new goals and stretch new boundaries, and become the person we've always wanted to be. So class of 2016, believe in yourself from the opportunities you create and take advantage of. Leave these halls of Cape Henry with confidence, because our journeys are just beginning. Believe in yourself, because each and every one of us has left a great legacy on Cape Henry and will leave an amazing legacy on our next endeavor. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2016.
Good afternoon. Welcome to all of you, and on behalf of the class of 2016, thank you for coming to celebrate this special day with us. I'm honored to speak with you today and to represent this extraordinary class. When I look back on these past 4 years, I see great experiences, memorable moments, but mostly, I see incredible and unique people. I see people who have impacted and changed my life, and who have impacted and changed all of our lives. I know over time, many of my memories will fade, and some may be completely forgotten, but some will stay with me until the end. I will definitely remember the people of this school, probably not everyone, and possibly not forever. I'm hoping to live a long time. But this is truly a special community, and it is an honor to be a part of it. When the average person considers Cape Henry, he or she sees a school that has sent students to great universities all over the country, and that has prepared these students very well for the years in college and beyond. But I would not be doing this school justice if I did not point out that Cape Henry Collegiate is much more than a means to an end. What makes this school so special is the focus on the day-to-day process. The teachers and faculty bring a passion and love for what they do every day. They help create a community that breathes energy and opens minds. All of this learning is done in an environment that exudes integrity. This process, this journey, translates to anything accomplished later in life. It is the impetus that helps one achieve his or her dreams. I could not leave this podium today without mentioning the athletics and arts programs. While not an artist myself, witnessed the delivery of this speech. It was incredible to see and watch the work of my peers. The actors, the sculptors, the painters, the singers, the musicians. This class is astounding for its artistic talents. The athletics programs are pretty good as well. I was lucky to play for some of the best coaches in the state. Dave Brunn, the boys soccer coach, has influenced me on and off the field, and I will sorely miss his incredible humor and passionately delivered one-liners. If you want to hear one, see me later. Just not around anyone or children. It was an honor to play tennis under George Pilkington and John Hill. Tennis is a culture here, and I'm lucky to have been a part of it. But what really makes the athletic team special is the support of our community. Our student body is loud, it is raucous, and is often quite clever. There were times, I'm sure, that their chants inspired both embarrassment and admiration in some of our faculty. But beyond this, something that I think sets Cape Henry apart from almost any other school is the support it receives from the students' parents and alumni. One of the first families I met here was the Kramers. Everyone in the stadium knew when Mr. Ron Kramer was at a tennis match because of his oft-repeated encouragement. Here we go, Red! I do it justice, Mr. Kramer. And one of my more special moments was when my former JV basketball coach and current alumni president, Kente Smith, came to watch me play in my final TCS tournament match. To everyone in this class, I personally want to thank you for 4 unforgettable years. Every day in class was a new adventure and a new opportunity to learn. And to do it alongside such a great group of individuals made it all the more enjoyable. I must recognize my good friend, Jack Brent, in this regard. He's one of Cape Henry's most dedicated students, and also one of its funniest. He made every class more intellectual and more entertaining with his sharp insight and wit. I could talk now about some of the more extraordinary aspects and experiences of this class, but for me, I find reminiscing on the ordinary to be more noteworthy at this time. Simply saying hi in the halls each morning, anxious moments before a test, going to a practice after school, giving our secret handshake before a game. These are the things that stick out to me right now, because these are the things that we often take for granted. So it was a pleasure to interact with everyone and to enjoy the unique talents and charisma that everyone brought. Finally, I want to thank my mom and dad and grandparents for helping send me here and giving me this incredible opportunity. Thank you to my advisors, coaches, and teachers, among them Mrs. Kisa and Mr. Kerban, who were 2 of my biggest mentors. Nobody wanted to see our success more than our teachers and coaches, and that showed up each day in class and out on the athletic grounds. While it is difficult to say goodbye, it is an inevitable part of the journey, our journey, to leading purposeful lives. Cape Henry has enriched our minds and has prepared us for the challenges that lie ahead. We must take this education, this experience, and these memories, and use them to thrive as we move forward. Remain steadfast in your integrity and unrelenting in your pursuit. As the great Vince Lombardi once said, the price of success is hard work, dedication to the job, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we've applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016.
Our second choral selection chosen especially for graduation. The mixed choral ensemble will sing a perennial favorite, Flight Song, which includes lyrics which seem so fitting for the graduates seated before you.
After this performance, Dr. Guerin will present Abigail Finn with the valedictorian medal, and then we will hear her remarks. Abigail will attend Vanderbilt in the fall.
Once again, I'd like to recognize our co-salutatorians, Connor, who's off to Notre Dame in the fall, and Alex, who's off to the University of Pennsylvania. Can we put our hands together again for their remarks? Abigail, can you please come up to the podium? Again, please join me in celebrating Abigail as I present her with her valedictorian medal today.
Hello everyone. I'm so honored to be addressing my classmates, the faculty and administration, and all of their friends and families here today. I'd like to recognize my friend Stephen, who has also earned co-valedictorian, and I wish could be speaking with me today. However, I know he is excited to move on to Boston College in the fall, and I can only imagine that he will be as successful there as he was here. Before I begin, I would like to thank everyone who has had an impact on my success at Cape Henry. First, a huge thanks to my parents for always loving me and pushing me to do my best, and to my sister for showing the crazier side of the Finn family and spending a little bit more time in Mr. Cameron's office so that people began to question whether or not we were actually related. Second, thank you so much to all the faculty and administration that have gotten me to this point, from the daily handshake with Mrs. Spate to all the lessons from Mr. Rogers that had a little bit more to do with real life rather than physics. Today is a day that we have all been anxiously awaiting throughout our 4 years of high school, as we have watched older siblings and friends walk across this stage in past years. As we all look forward to the summer and all the wonderful universities that we will be attending in the fall, we cannot forget all the things that we have learned during our years at Cape Henry. Cape Henry has challenged us in so many different ways and taught us valuable lessons and skills that we will carry with us as we move on to the next chapter in our lives. In addition to having prepared us for the many obstacles we will encounter, we have all fit into such a tight-knit community that we can always rely on in the future. Today I stand on this stage with my classmates, who are all unique and have contributed to the Cape Henry community in their own unique way. We all have our favorite subjects, our favorite sports, or our favorite hobbies that differentiate us and make us a special class. In the class of 2016, there are scholars on the stage with members of the chorus and leading actors from Romeo and Juliet and Shrek the Musical. There are scholars on the fields and courts with numerous graduates going on to play collegiate athletics in the fall. And there are scholars in the classroom in subjects from physics to English. Each of us have participated in the arts, in a club, on a sports team, or in the Nexus program, and have gained vast knowledge to make us all scholars in our own way. Before I go on to talk about what lies ahead for the class of 2016, I would like to reminisce and share some of the most memorable lessons I have learned during my 7 years at Cape Henry. In Mr. Kerben's class, I learned that calculus is easy, but his class is not. Mr. Bunn taught me that we are all good kids. Mr. Cameron motivated me to always finish strong, even if it was the first day of school. And Mrs. Gregory taught me to always do the dirty work in order to succeed by letting us do the dishes to reopen our web assignments. As I wrote this speech, I was on my 5th and final Nexus trip to South Africa with 19 of my classmates, so it only seemed fitting to quote the most influential man in South African history, Nelson Mandela. He once said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Although most of us here may not go on to change the world, since I know that is a pretty large task, I know that we all have amazing futures ahead of us. As we start our new journeys and move on to 55 different colleges in 21 different states, we will be forced to make tough decisions and face obstacles that will challenge us in ways we have never been challenged before. As we face these challenges and make mistakes, we will all learn how to live on our own and succeed in the real world. Through all the knowledge that we will gain during our years at college and all the lessons that we will learn, we will all find what we are passionate about. We will all find our place and have an impact on society in our own unique ways. So even though I know that we cannot all change the world, I'm confident that the class of 2016 will strive to make it a better place, and I cannot wait to hear about everyone's success in the coming years. So congratulations, class of 2016. I could not ask for a better group of people to be standing next to as we finish these chapters in our lives. The next speaker stood next to me last week and shared my fear as a great white shark shook the not so sturdy cage we were submerged in. Thank goodness his scream was louder than mine, so the shark went after him instead of me. Since we both survived, I'm able to introduce my good friend Chris Lewis. Chris is the student selected speaker for the class of 2016. Chris will be attending Brown next year. Please join me in welcoming Chris to the podium.
Hello, everybody. Sorry if I might not be as sharp as usual because I'm still recovering from the time change from the senior trip to South Africa, as Alex and Abigail previously mentioned. As I was reflecting on my time at Cape Henry since the second grade, I'm amazed at how time has flown by, unlike that 17-hour plane ride. Being a student here for 10 years now, I can confidently say that Cape Henry will forever be a part of who I am. I remember walking into Miss Keese's advisory on the first day of school and meeting my peer leaders, Garrett Gomez and Sidney Parker. They seemed so much older than I feel now. Nevertheless, I soon found myself interacting with students who were 4 or 5 years older. Whether it be through the golf team or my peer leaders. This attests to the community of Cape Henry. You never feel alone here. The upperclassmen feel an inherent responsibility to pull the underclassmen up with them. I have the utmost respect for the people who sit beside me today. The Cape Henry experience is not just made up of the teachers, but the students who as a cohort challenge and push each other to improve. When somebody looks at our class as a whole, what do they see? They see athletes who dominate the field. They see actors who are putting on amazing works, like Shrek the Musical, artists who have performed at Carnegie Hall in the Vatican, and of course, the all-stars in the classroom. The class of 2016 does not stick to one respective talent. We are a class of many talents. Whether it's in the morning, huddling, working to figure out last night's assignment, or 6 hours later, standing shoulder to shoulder, ready to defend the TCIS title. The point that I'm getting at is that if you single out any person in this class, you will find excellence in some regard. Within this group, you can find numerous types of people, even in this relatively small class of 102 students. With each person being so unique, ideas and concepts are constantly challenged. We bring out the best in each other. It is true we've had many different experiences that make us unique, but we also share many because of this institution. Within these walls, many of us have learned to read and write and learn cursive, which personally I have yet to find a useful application for. We have grown physically and emotionally. Some have faced trials and tribulations that life has thrown at them, but we rally around each other. The members of this class are there for one another, and it is this community that we have formed that will last a lifetime. We have students representing the United Kingdom, China, the Netherlands, Israel, and South Korea. If you ask me, that's pretty remarkable, even though my class ranking may say otherwise. As seniors, we've had the privilege to run out during lunch and non-academic hours to go get Jimmy John's $1 subs, only to find out that the line's entirely too long to stand in during that short amount of time we call lunch. But I digress. And then there's the senior lounge. I apologize in advance to the upcoming seniors if the stench still persists until August. And when the rising seniors go about cleaning the lounge, they may just find the 3,000 missing cups from the Cafe Dolphin. To my classmates, next year, whether you like it or not, you will be responsible for your own fate. I can assure you that we will all ponder the great questions of our existence, to eat or not to eat, to sleep or not to sleep, one you may be familiar with if you took physics. True story. At this point in writing my speech, my computer crashed. I freaked out. I still had a global scholars thesis to finish, and I suddenly had no computer. Of course, after hours at the Apple store, my computer was fixed. Looking back on the whole experience, I couldn't help but share my realization. We are going to continue to face adversity. We're going to have to compose ourselves after moments when it seems like there's nothing ahead of us but impending doom, and we're going to have to move on. The time has come where we must walk away from our parents' coddling and take that one giant step for mankind that may seem like we're walking on another planet, a planet called college. So it be, to quote the man called himself. We move on to the next stage in our own production called life. This production may be more like a drama for some, and for others a documentary. And for some it might be the drama of being in a documentary about some big scientific breakthrough. What I mean to be getting at is that we are the producers of this production, titled with our names. When going forth into the next scene, I implore you not to forget the prequel. It is the foundation that every great story must begin. We ought to be grateful to have one another in this prelude of our lives going forward. Okay, enough with the metaphor. We are great now as a class, and we will go on to be great assets to the next classes we will join. It has been a pleasure going through this maze called high school with you, and I salute you, the class of 2016, the greatest class I've ever been a part of. I would now like to invite Dr. Chris Guerin back to the podium for the awarding of the diplomas. Dr. Guerin will be attending Cape Henry next year.
Thank you, Chris. Seniors, are you ready? Seniors, are you ready? Maybe not. Okay, well that's it then. I would ask Mr. Michael Gianniscoli to please join me at the podium for the awarding of diplomas to the class of 2016. Will the class of 2016 please rise? Would all members of the class of 2016 please rise? I have the honor of presenting Cape Henry Collegiate's class of 2016 to you. The diploma signifies that they have met the prescribed course of study and have been examined by this faculty. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend them for graduation.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the recommendation of the head of school. On behalf of and with the authority of the Board of Trustees, operating under the statutes of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby declare that this senior class, individually and collectively, are graduates of Cape Henry Collegiate, June 12, 2016.
Madison Taylor Albritton. Ryan Christopher Alexander. Virginia Alexandra Apperson. Hunter Frederick Atherton. Chandler Hogan Averett. Benjamin Carl Bauman. Clark Joseph Berlin. Emily Grace Bohannon. George H. Bowles, Jr. Hannah Walker Bradley. Andrew Thomas Branson. Hannah Rose Brotman. Zachary Martin Brotman. Campbell Bain Burton. Mackenzie Lair Cafferty. Alexander Robert Capria. Alexis Nicole Carabas. Yue Shin. Ah Young Cho. Emmanuel Maria Compton. Thomas William Crow. Vincent Thomas Cruz. Tiani Sway. Hubert Lee Dale III. Robin Jean Devendorf. Justin Robert Michael Dubik. Allison Ann Fagan. Abigail O'Leary Finn. Joseph Graham Fluharty. Nebo Janissar. Nicholas Andrew Gilbert. Austin Ridge Glazer. Madeline Ann Gordon. Vista Alexandra Grindy. Sofia Gutierrez Quadra. Madison Isabella Haddad. John Henry Hagen. Justin Christopher Healy. Alan Herbertson. Cameron Reed Hoy. Xiaomin Mandy Wong. Bart Humer. Connor Paul Jared. Skylar Emma Johnson. Samuel Mark Jones. Ashlyn Taylor Kale. Caitlin Rose Kalpis. Rachel Day Keenan. Philip James Kellum. Marielle Lois Condis. Austin Tambarino Kramer. Ford Dylan Lascari. Carter G. Law. Noah James LeBrun. Christopher Alexander Lewis. Joey Lee. Lane Elizabeth Limrod. Phungfag Leo. Shang-Yi Amelia Leo. Alexander Jonathan Mancall. Kevin Mao. Jared Bradley Munns. Brennan Octavia McCrae. Matthew Paul Meggie. Jordan Mariah Menard. Morgan Marie Mosier. Devin Grace Mytelka. Alexandra Hedrick Orsini. Miguel Padilla V. Morgan Brianna Patrick. Marissa Lee Payne. Brooke Nicole Pilkington. Christina Marie Perky. Wenbin Chi. Jessica Taylor Quisenberry. Zaon Ren. Ashley Michelle Ryan. Sanders Thornley Schooler V. Mark Stephen Seaman. William Brantley Shenago. Alexandra Jane Simon. Vincent Summers. John Thomas Stone. Tyler Lee Summers. Kyle Alexander Tompkins. Anthony Foster Vitone. Sarah Doran Warren. David Mitchell Warsaw. John F. Watkins. Malcolm Aubrey Weathers. Ian Michael Williams. Megan Harless Woodward. John Stewart Wren. Ran Wu. Hao-Chi Shah. Anna Caroline Zistros. Emily Michelle Zistros. Gigi Jen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2016.
Everyone, please take your seats at this point for just one moment. So again, I congratulate this stupendous class on their accomplishments and their achievements here today. I do want to take one moment of personal privilege as a new head of school and the first time commencement ceremony here at Cape Henry. None of this would have been possible without a tremendous number of people who helped pull this together. But there is one person in particular who I must ask this group to recognize, and that's the graduation coordinator who pulls everything together, beginning all the way back last summer and all the way until today. And that's Ms. Kim Johnson. And graduates, today a lot of people have been putting their hands together for you, and they will continue to do that. But before we leave today, I'd like to ask you to please recognize your parents and grandparents and family and friends here in the house today. So the class of 2016, please applaud those who helped get you here today. The audience is requested to please remain seated for the recessional. While the graduates, trustees, and faculty leave, all guests are invited to join us for a reception. Thank you.
Still working.